Good morning students. Today now let us start our session with the pattern allowances. In before classes what we had learned means first of all we will see the what is meant by the pattern, and after that what we had seen we had seen the pattern types means what we are learned from the pattern means it is the pattern means what it is the replica of the final object, and in the types of patterns what we have learned for which type of objects which type of patterns are to be made, everything we had learned there. Now in this pattern allowances what we are learning means in pattern allowances the pattern is the replica means that is the duplicate of the final object only, as we already know. What is meant by allowances? Allowances means these are the some of the modifications which are given to the final object. It is known as the allowance. Simply we can define it as the modification of the final object. Okay, we are giving these modifications to what? These modifications to pattern. Okay, that's why these are known as pattern allowances. Okay, now in this session we will learn what are the modifications we are giving to the patterns to get our final object. Everything can be discussed in this session. This is a very important question. Listen carefully students. Now let us see. A pattern is always made larger than the final casting because it carries certain allowances due to metallurgical and mechanical reasons. Okay, as I already told you, the pattern is made in large shape than the final object. Okay, because it is carrying certain allowances means as I already told you, the molten metal entering into the mold cavity is with high temperatures. Due to that high temperatures, afterwards it is going to cool means so many stresses will develop inside the mold cavity and whole casting process. Okay, due to that exhaust gases, everything. Those are known as due to that metallurgical and mechanical reasons we are making the pattern from pattern larger than the final object. Okay, for that we are having so many obstructions in this. Now let us see what are those allowances, why we are making the pattern from large shape than the final object. Everything we will be discussing here. Okay, now let us see what are those. Now in diagrammatic form I can say clearly, listen carefully, this is the pattern shape which we had made. Okay, this outside grey color line is known as the pattern. The inside blue color line which I had drawn is the casting. Okay, this is the casting and this is the pattern, means this is the final object. Okay, the required object is this one. We are making the pattern larger than the final object. Okay, the difference between the size of the pattern and the size of the casting, the difference between those is known as allowance. Okay, this allowance here we are creating the difference between the shape and size of the pattern and the casting is known as allowance. Okay. Now let us see what are those pattern allowances. The following allowances are provided on the pattern. Okay, we are giving those allowances to the only pattern. Now let us see what are these are divided into 5 types. Okay, this is a very important topic in our casting process, so listen carefully. The first one is the shrinkage or contraction allowance. Second one is machining allowance. Third one is draft or taper allowance. Fourth one is the wrapping or shake allowance. Fifth one is the distortion allowance. Okay, these 5 types are very important allowances which we are giving to the patterns according to the type of object and size and shape. Everything we will keep in mind, and we will give these modifications to the pattern to get the required final object. Okay. First one, shrinkage or contraction allowance. As you already know, what is meant by shrinkage? Shrinkage means the object, the object which is in big in size will reduce its size to some less than the final less than the first object is known as shrinkage, means reducing the size or volume of the object is known as shrinkage process. Okay, contraction means it will also refers to that shrinkage only, means reducing the dimensions of the object is known as shrinkage or contraction. Okay, to reduce this allowance we are giving the size of the object as higher than the size of the pattern more than the final object. Okay, first one, this one is the shrinkage or contraction allowance. This is very important. Shrinkage of metal during casting will take place in 3 stages. Okay, that shrinkage, the molten metal which enters into the mold cavity from pouring basin through sprue and runner, and afterwards it enters into the mold cavity. Okay, by this process the solidification will take place in different stages. Now to reduce this shrinkage of metal, on entering that metal the shrinkage will take place automatically. So to reduce the shrinkage, what we are having here, we are having 3 stages. Let us see what are those 3 stages. First one is the shrinkage of molten metal when reducing from pouring temperature to freezing temperature. From pouring temperature to freezing temperature means, the pouring temperature means the first point where it is entering into the pouring cup, the molten metal which is entering into the molten pouring cup, it is known as pouring temperature, the starting, and afterwards to freezing temperature. Freezing temperature means from where we are having the freezing point, it is from the riser, because the molten metal which is entering from the pouring cup, sprue, runner, and afterwards it enters into the, let us see diagrammatically, I can say I am drawing very roughly. Let us think. This is the casting process. Okay, let us think. This is the pouring basin, sprue, runner, and gate, and this is the mold cavity, and this is the riser. Okay, the starting point of the, from the ladle we are taking the molten metal and pouring here. Okay, the starting, this the molten metal which enters from the pouring cup is known as pouring temperature. Okay, afterwards it will passes through this and filling the mold cavity. Afterwards what it will go through this one and enters in through the riser. Up to the top of the riser we are filling. Okay, this top, this means after filling this point, we are stopping the pouring of the molten metal. Okay, that means freezing point means here, from this is the freezing point. Okay, this is the freezing point, that means starting of the molten metal means, freezing means what, the liquid molten metal will changes from liquid state to solid state. It is known as the changing of the molten metal from one stage to the another stage. Okay, this is the freezing temperature. Okay, keep in mind that one. Later I will explain one by one. Afterwards, shrinkage of molten metal during freezing. What I had told to you, the liquid metal which is from liquid to solid state, it will change means what, it is decreasing its size and shape. That is the one stage. Okay, next stage is the shrinkage solid metal when reducing from freezing temperature to room temperature. Means if we take a solid material means it already freezing. Freezed means it will change, it is in some solid state. That too, room temperature means if we take an ice cubes means in freezer it is in the solid state. Okay, if we remove from the freezer and keep outside for some times means what it will take, it will change to liquid. Okay, it will change to water, means it is taking the stage from solid to liquid stage, that is known as, that is the one stage. These are the three stages. These are the three stages which are taking place in shrinkage and contraction elements. Okay. Now, let us see in the flowchart form how it will be happen. Mainly, these are of two types of shrinkages: liquid shrinkage and solid shrinkage. Okay, the metal which is coming to the solidification process, these stages will takes place. In liquid shrinkage, what will happens means, starting pouring temperature is the, it is in what state? It is in liquid state only. After that, from that liquid stage, it is going to freezing temperature, means it is going to solid. The stage or the starting point of the freezing temperature and the pouring temperature, the difference between these is known as, that process takes place is known as sensible heat process. Okay, the temperature between the pouring temperature and the freezing temperature is known as sensible heat. Okay, after that, from that liquid stage what will happen? It is turning into solid state. Okay, that changing temperature is known as latent heat. It is known as latent heat process. Okay, and again coming to the solid shrinkage, what will happens means, in solid shrinkage it is divided into two types. Okay, the two processes are from solid. Solid means freezing temperature. Solid means it is the starting stage of the solid. Solid material to room temperature means it undergoes full solid process, that is known as also sensible heat. Okay, in casting process what it will take means, first the liquid molten metal changes to solid metal, and this solid metal fully solidifies to room temperature is known as whole casting process is taking place in like this. Okay, the shrinkages mainly divided into liquid shrinkage and solid shrinkage. First of all, we will see what is liquid shrinkage. It refers to the reduction in volume, as I already told you. Size in decrease in volume is known as liquid shrinkage. When the metal changes from liquid state to solid stage at the solidus temperature. Okay. To account for this shrinkage, riser which feed the liquid metal to the casting are provided in the mold. To reduce this shrinkage, what we are here using? We are using the riser. We are using the riser to feed that mold cavity. If the change in shape of the mold cavity here, after the freezing temperature, what will happen? The liquid molten metal will reduces its shape. That means the final shape of the object also decreases. To reduce that defect, what we are using? From the riser, what we are having? Here we are having a riser. From the riser, we are allowing the molten metal to this mold cavity to fill up carefully. Then what will happen? The required shape of the object will be completed. That means this acts as the riser will act as a feed. This is a feeder. Okay, to reduce the shrinkage, what we are having? To reduce this liquid shrinkage, we are using a riser to feed that molten metal, to feed that mold cavity. Okay. Next one is the solid shrinkage. Solid shrinkage means what? It refers to the reduction in volume caused when metal loses temperature in solid state. Metal losses temperature in solid state. Okay, to account for this, shrinkage allowance is provided on the patterns. To reduce this solid shrinkage, what we are here? We are making the object, the object, the size of the pattern as the larger than the final object. Okay. Next one is the measuring allowance. Let us see what is the measuring allowance. Extra dimension provided on the pattern to compensate the subsequent machining required on casting. Okay, diagrammatical I will explain. What is that purpose? Why we are giving this machining allowance to the pattern means, see, to achieve the desired finish on the casting product. Means here the final casting which we are removing from the mold cavity is not at all the final casting. Means after that removal of the pattern from the casting, what we are doing, it undergoes different machining processes. Means cutting, cutting of the riser, sprue, everything will want to be cutting. That all will come under the cutting process. To get that final object, what we are doing, it undergoes different processes, and afterwards the whole object will be known as the final casting. Means if once we remove the casting from the mold cavity, means it undergoes different processes. Means first of all we will cut the extra parts. Okay, first of all we will get the extra parts. Let us think this is a one object. Okay, this is the required object which we are taken out from the mold. Okay, here what are the attachment it is having? It is having a sprue, runner, everything. These are also solidified, and by removing this pattern from the object from the casting, we are having these joints also. In machining process, what they do means they will cut these, they will remove this and take the object. On top of the object, what we are having the sand particles and extra objects, like where it have the any defects, means the molten, the shape of the final object also will sometimes will come like this curved shape, etc. It undergoes different defects also. If we want to reduce all these, means by taking the sandpaper, we will rough this one to get the smooth surface. We are doing like this, means the smooth surface will be the surface of the casting will be improved. Okay, those are come under the machining processes. Okay, to achieve that product, we are creating this machining allowance. Okay, we are using this machining allowance to get that required object. To accommodate the variation in dimensions due to variation in room temperature during solidification, we are giving the extra dimensions to the final object than the because of the solidification process, it will undergo different shrinkage allowance. The object of the final object will be undergoes different processes. To reduce all those, what we are doing, we are giving these allowances. Machining allowance is specified by x mm or side. Means the difference between the final object and the pattern is specified as x mm per side. Each side we are giving extra material to get the final object very equally. Okay, let us see here. This is the, as I already told you, this is the casting final object. We are making the pattern larger than the final object. Okay, the difference between these is known as allowance, as I already told you. Okay, each side, this one is the one side, this is another side, this is another, like that we are taking the measurements, the difference between each side, the difference between the final object and the pattern shape will be noted as x. It is denoted by x, and for which side we are taking how much difference. Okay, those all can be noted. That is known as the machining allowance. Means here we want to, in machining process, we want to remove this extra extra part, and our required object will be taken out finally. Okay, this is the machining allowance which we are creating to the our casting. Next one is the draft or taper allowance. Draft or taper allowance means what? Draft means what? Curved or projection. This is the somewhat projection we are giving to the object is known as taper. Tapered means the shape. This shape is known as the taper. Okay, any object in this shape is known as tapered object. Here we are creating the taperedness to different shapes. Okay, let us see what are those. Provision of inclination to the vertical surfaces of pattern is called draft allowance. Means where we are getting vertical surfaces like square shapes, where we are getting means we will remove all those and giving somewhat taperedness to those objects is known as tapered allowance. Okay, means if we have a vertical surface like this, means what we are giving by taking the tapered allowance, what we are creating means we are preparing that one like this. Okay, we are giving the taperedness. Here we are having the square shape, or otherwise what we will do, we will create some curve. Okay, this one, this is somewhat the projections. We are adjusting the projections of the object and giving the somewhat allowance. Why we are giving these allowances? Let us see here. It is provided for easy removal of pattern from the mold. Okay, because of this vertical surface, what will happen means the sand which is attached to this will be, after removing the pattern from the mold cavity, the disturbance will create here and somewhat cracks and everything will takes place in the mold cavity. To remove that crackiness, what we will do means to remove that straight path, what we are giving means we are giving a curved path to those parts, and easily we can remove the pattern from the mold cavity without disturbing the sand. Okay, draft allowance varies with the complexity of the job means complexity of the pattern shape or final object shape. Okay, it will be varies from according to the size and shape of the final object. Means this is one type of drafting allowance, and these curved shapes are one type of allowance. Based on this, we will create different types of allowances, and we will give these to the different types of objects, and we will make the final castings. Inner details of the pattern require higher draft than the other surfaces. Okay. In casting process, if the pattern is made by using wax, mercury, then no draft allowance is required. Okay. Um, Here, let us see what is wax means in investment casting. In second unit, you will get the different types of castings also. Not only we are using the casting process only for molten metal. By using wax and mercury also, we will prepare the required object in different shapes. We are getting the candles, small candle shapes in our market also. How we can manufacturing those means by using the investment casting process. In those, what would they will do means to get that final object by using this wax, they are not at all using any sand. This whole casting process, this method is fully changed. Okay, in that another process is there. Later we will discuss all those. By if we are using this wax or mercury to get that casting process means we don't use this, we don't give this tapered or draft allowance to those parts. Okay, diagrammatically we can say pattern without draft. Without draft means it is having the vertical surfaces like this. Okay, this is the sand. means molding sand is here. If we remove the whole object like this out means some cracks will happen at the surfaces due to these sharp corners. To remove that sharp corners, what we are doing means we are giving some taperedness to these vertical surfaces like this. Okay, this is known as the taper or draft allowance. After that, the object will be removed easily without disturbing this molding sand. Next one is the wrapping or shake allowance. As you already know, wrapping means what? We are covering. We are covering the whole object, or shake allowance. Molding sand adheres to the pattern walls while molding. As I already told you now, the molding sand which is attached with the mold cavity, okay, it won't be disturbed. It won't be means we don't want to disturb that sand to get the perfect mold cavity. To get that perfect mold cavity, what we are using? We are giving. See here, shake allowance is the wrapping done all around the vertical faces of the pattern. Here we are wrapping, means we are covering the vertical faces of the pattern by giving this shake allowance. Means if we are removing the object from the mold cavity means it don't want to be disturbed, means it won't it should not be disturbed, it don't disturb the whole molding sand. Okay, it is provided to avoid the damages taking place due to othering of molding sand to the pattern walls, to not to disturb the pattern walls, the sand attached to that pattern walls, we are giving this shake allowance. It is highly dependent on mold making person. Okay, this is wholly dependent on the person who is making the mold cavity by using the molding sand. The whole process will depend on him only, as it reduces the dimension of pattern. As it reduces the dimension of pattern, so it is taken as negative allowance. This wrapping or shaking allowance will decreases the dimension of the pattern. That's why it is taken as the negative allowance. Means it won't be applied to all objects of the casting. In some cases only we are taking this wrapping or shaking allowance. That's why this is taken as a negative allowance. If the pattern is made by using the materials like wax, mercury, polystyrene as pattern material, no shake allowance to be provided. The casting process, as I already told you, investment casting, etc., there are some processes by using the wax and the pattern material are taking place. Okay, by using those materials we are making, that means the whole process won't be disturbed. That's why this wrapping or shaking allowance won't be applied to those type of processes or casting processes. Okay, let us see here, wrapping or shaking allowance means, wrapping or shaking allowance means this is the pattern. From this pattern what we are doing, we are making the mold cavity. This is the mold, this is the mold means here we are having the sand. By using this spike, this is known as draw spike, means this is somewhat like a rod, by it is attached to this pattern. Okay, the person who is removing the pattern from the mold cavity won't be shake like this. If he shake this spike means what will happen? The whole pattern shape will be disturbed. Disturbed, and what will happen? The crackings will take place from the walls of the mold cavity. Not to disturb this one, what they will do means he don't want to shake this spike straightly, he want to remove properly. That's why everything, the whole process which is taking place in casting, everything will be automatically done by using the machines only. Okay, in olden days only manually they can do, they will operate everything. On manually they want to do means so many defects like these are coming. That's why afterwards by using machines they will operate automatically like a robots. Okay. Distortion allowance. Let us see what is the distortion allowance. This distortion allowance means does not required on all the castings. Okay, it is not applicable for all the castings. For some objects only we are giving this distortion allowance. What are this means? But it is mainly required in casting of U or V-shaped castings. Okay, only U or V-shaped castings only require this distortion allowance. In case of V or U-shaped castings, because of existence of differential shrinkages at different locations of cavity, the legs will bend outwards producing inclined legs. Okay, as I already told you, the objects if we are making with large in length and less in width means, let us take this is a one rod. Okay, it is the length of the object is high and the width of the object is less. What will happen here means after the solidification process, what will take place means it will undergo like this. After the solidification process, it will may bend like this, or it may takes this shape also. It may bend like this also. In any type it may take any distortion means somewhat slightly there will be some distortions. It may bend upwards or downwards due to its high temperatures. Okay, to reduce that one what we will do means the pattern shape, the shape of the object only we will make according to the size of the object, we know at which direction it will bend. That's why the pattern shape will be made like this. The shape of the object only made like this. This is the shape of the pattern. After making the whole process, what will happen? The metal enters like this means it will come to its original position. Okay, this is the distortion allowance which we are creating to the object. The shape of the pattern itself, the shape of the pattern itself is given a distortion of equal amount in the opposite direction of the likely distortion direction, as I already told you, like this only. Done by trial and error basis to get the distortion amount. How much distortion it is taking place? First we will check by using the trial and error method. After that, getting the distance or how much distortion it is taking place, it is observed in one object, and afterwards we will give the distortion allowance to the other objects also to reduce the defects in the casting. Here see, this is the original object. Okay, we are giving the somewhat distortion. It may bend in this direction or in this direction. Any direction it may bend. That's why we will allow this distortion allowance. We will give the distortion to these parts, and automatically after the solidification process it automatically come to the original position. Okay, this is the distortion allowance. Next, this is the main important topic. Listen carefully. What are the types of materials? Which are what pattern materials means? Patterns may be constructed from the following materials. Each material has its own advantages, limitations, and field of application. Okay, we are having different types of materials. Let us see what are those. First one is the wood and wood products. Okay, by using the wood, mainly in every industry, almost small scale, middle scale industries, everyone will be use the wood only. Okay, afterwards metals and alloys. Alloys means the combination of two metals or more than two are known as alloys. Next one is the plaster. Plaster means plaster of Paris. As in our lab we are using the plaster of Paris to make the pattern shape. Afterwards, plastics and rubber. Okay, by using the plastics and rubber also we will make the pattern shapes. Afterwards, wax. These are the different types or materials which are used to make the pattern. Woods commonly used in making pattern are the main varieties of woods used in pattern making are, let us see what are those. Shisham, kyle, deodar, teak, mahogany. Okay, these are the different types of woods which we are using to make the patterns. Let us see the wax pattern. Wax patterns means, as I already told you, these are the final objects only. It looked like a final object only. Okay, these are the wax patterns which they are used in industries. This is the real image which we had seen in casting industry. These are the shapes. These critical shapes also we can do by using the casting process, that is known as investment casting. Okay, these all are the made up of wax only. Okay, these are some of the examples of patterns. Okay, in our casting industry, they will show for us to know the what are the pattern shapes. They will exhibit like this. These are some of the shapes of the patterns. Okay, these are made up of metals. In last image we are seeing wax materials. These are made up of metals and alloys. Okay, from by this session I think you had understand what is the pattern, types of patterns, pattern allowances, and what are the materials used for pattern. This is the main important topic in casting. Students, thank you students.